Imagine a society that thrived for over 3,000 years. That's longer than the time between us and the Roman Empire, doubled. How did they do it? For thousands of years, along the banks of a mighty river, a civilization bloomed unlike any other. Ancient Egypt, a name that still conjures images of colossal pyramids, enigmatic pharaohs, and golden treasures. But beyond the glitter, what was the real story of this incredible empire? We are not just talking about old stones here. We are diving into the heart of a society that defied time itself, leaving an indelible mark on human history and still puzzling us today. At its core, ancient Egypt was a gift of the Nile. This isn't just a flowery phrase, it was their lifeline. Every year, the Nile would flood, depositing rich, fertile silt that turned a harsh desert into a breadbasket. This predictable cycle allowed them to grow surplus food, which, in turn, allowed some people to become builders, scribes, priests, and artists instead of just farmers. Without the Nile, there's no Egypt as we know it. This reliable resource was the foundation for everything that followed, from their unique form of government to their complex belief systems. Their leadership was equally central. The pharaoh wasn't just a king, he was seen as a living god, the embodiment of Horus, and the guarantor of Ma'at, the cosmic order, justice, and balance. This wasn't some abstract concept, it was the bedrock of their entire worldview. If Ma'at was maintained, the Nile would flood, the crops would grow, and chaos would be kept at bay. This divine mandate gave the pharaoh absolute authority, uniting disparate communities under a single, powerful vision. It wasn't just power, it was a deeply ingrained spiritual pact with their land and their gods. Now, here's the real head-scratcher. How did a civilization, operating without modern machinery, or even the wheel for much of its early history, manage to construct monuments like the Great Pyramid of Giza? Buildings that still stand thousands of years later, dwarfing anything built until very recently. How did they move millions of tons of stone, some blocks weighing more than a small car, across miles of desert, and lift them hundreds of feet into the air? The answer isn't alien technology or magic, but a blend of ingenious engineering, meticulous organization, and sheer human will, all fueled by that surplus of food and a powerful, unifying belief system. They didn't just stack stones, they understood geometry, astronomy, and hydraulics. They developed complex ramp systems, used levers, and had an astonishing grasp of practical physics. It was a national endeavor, not just a king's project. When the Nile flooded and farmers couldn't work their fields, they were mobilized to work on these grand construction projects, earning their food and contributing to what they believed was a divine purpose, ensuring the pharaoh's passage to the afterlife and thus the stability of their world. Their belief in a meticulously prepared afterlife, requiring everything from mummification to lavish tomb furnishings, was not just a spiritual practice, it was an economic driver, a massive industry that mobilized vast resources and manpower. Ancient Egypt wasn't just about big buildings and god-kings, though. They developed one of the earliest writing systems, hieroglyphs, which allowed for record-keeping, literature, and complex administration. They practiced advanced medicine, performing surgeries and understanding human anatomy well beyond their contemporaries. Their mathematical and astronomical observations were crucial for managing their agricultural cycles and constructing their perfectly aligned monuments. Their civilization didn't just last, it innovated, adapted, and influenced countless cultures that followed. This civilization, born from the desert's edge and sustained by a single river, achieved a level of sophistication that continues to awe and inspire. Their enduring legacy reminds us that ingenuity, a strong collective purpose, and a deep connection to one's environment can build something truly monumental, something that whispers across millennia. Want to uncover more secrets from ancient times? Check out our next video.